Well, thank you for coming to Meography. My name is Mike Ashland. You're at the tutorial page. We put together a series of small films and videos that can teach you how to use all the parts of Meography. You can watch them at any time. It might be good for you to watch them before you even start to create an account, just so you know exactly what you're getting into. It's a robust but elegant and simple system. A few things about getting into a Meography project. First of all, a lot of people are afraid of writing. They're afraid they can't spell, or they're not good at writing, worried about their skill level. In Meography, that doesn't really count, and I'll give you an example of why. Imagine your great-grandfather finding a book by your great-grandfather that told hundreds of stories, little tiny stories about his life. I'm wondering how worried you would be about the skill level of his writing or his spelling versus how excited you'd be that you had that information. We're not worried about writing great literature, although it would be wonderful if somebody did, and maybe a few people will. What we are worried about is capturing people's stories, small pieces of history that your family and the nation might be interested in 15, 20, 100 years from now. So don't let skill level get in the way. Second, when you answer a question, you could just say, for instance, have you ever been on a great trip? Well, you might say something like, yeah, I drove to the south. But what you could write is that you and your girlfriend Jenny drove in a red 1969 Camaro all the way from Des Moines to Galveston, and it rained the entire time. Now you see the difference in those two sentences? They both say the same thing, but they feel different. So when you're thinking about what you're writing, be more specific. Give details. You might think that they're boring, but guess what? In 50 or 100 years, the ancestors who are reading this will not care about it being boring. They'll be absolutely thrilled. It might be daunting if somebody especially gave you this as a gift, but they must have thought that you have something to say about your life. In most cases, kids are very curious about their parents' lives, and this is a way of capturing them. We have thousands of questions. You don't have to answer them all. You don't have to answer them in order. You don't have to answer any particular question. We have a button that says random, and you can just click through it until you find a question that lights you up and you think of something, and you can write about it. Overall, the Meography book is put in order first by date, so on every answer that you give to a question, you can put in a year or a year and a month or an actual year, month, and day, and the book will be ordered that way. If you don't put in an answer, your question will be included in a final chapter for questions that aren't calendar-oriented. At some point, we will have other ways to organize the book, alphabetically or by question. But for now, think in terms of dates, but it's not as important as you think. Remember that idea of finding your grandfather, great-grandfather's Meography that you didn't know about, and reading about the parts of his life that you never would have. This is what makes Meography exciting. That, and that you can bring other people in to help you write. We hope you have a lot of fun with Meography, and we hope to welcome you into the Meography family.